Good day, everyone. I am Danica Mundia together with my group mates Janisa Montanier and Christine Undangan. We are here to discuss the job attitudes and organizational commitment. So let's start with what is job attitudes. Job attitudes refers to the overall feelings and evaluations that individuals have about their jobs. These attitudes can be positive or negative and can influence various aspects of behavior. This means it is refers to the overall feelings, perceptions, and evaluation that individuals have their jobs and workplace. These attitudes represent an employee's emotional response to various aspects of their job, such as work environment, relationship with colleagues, job responsibilities, compensation, and opportunities for growth. Job attitudes play a significant role in shaping how individuals approach their work, interact with others, and contribute to the organizational goals. There are some key of job attitudes. Number one is here is the job satisfaction. So what is job satisfaction? Job satisfaction, this is a positive feeling and attitude about one's jobs. It's influenced by different factors like the nature of the work, pay, benefits, relationship with coworkers, and opportunities for growth. This means job satisfaction refers to the positive feelings, attitudes, and contentment that an individual experiences in relation of their job. It reflects how much an employee likes or dislikes various aspects of their work, environment, and job tasks. Job satisfaction is a broad and multifaceted concept, as it is shaped by a combination of internal and external factors that influence how employees perceive their roles, work, condition, and the organization they work for. The second is the job involvement. Job involvement, this is refers to the degree to which individuals are psychologically attached to their jobs and how much importance they place on their work. Job involvement refers to the extent to which employees are psychologically engaged with and invested in their work. It reflects how much importance an individual places on their job and how deeply they are identified with the tasks, roles, and responsibilities associated with their position. In essence, job involvement is about how central work is to an individual's sense of self and how much an employee is willing to commit to their job. The last one is the organizational commitment. This is an employee's identification with attachment to the organization. It reflects the desire to stay with the organization and contribute to its goals. Organizational commitment, it refers to the emotional attachment, identification, and loyalty to the employee feels toward their organization. It represents the degree to which an individual identifies with the values, goals, and mission of the organization, as well as their willingness to put effort into helping the organization succeed. Employees with high organizational commitment are more likely to stay with the company, work hard to achieve its objectives, and support its values, often going beyond the basic requirements of their jobs. Now let's proceed to what is organizational commitment. Organizational commitment is a critical job attitude that has significant implications for both employees and organizations. It represents the psychological bond an employee has with their organization. So, i- this means organizational commitment is indeed a critical job attitude that plays significant role in shaping the relationship between the employee and the organizations. It reflects the psychological bond an employee forms with their organization, and these bonds influence various aspects of behavior, attitudes, and performance in the workplace. When employees are committed to their organization, they are more likely to contribute positively, exhibit loyalty, and stay with the organization over the long term. So there are different types of organizational commitment. Number one here is the affective commitment. Affective commitment is an emotional attachment to the organization where employees stay because they want to. This means it refers to the emotional attachment and identification of an employee has with their organization. It forms of organizational commitment where employees stay with the company because they want to, rather than because they have to. So, or they feel they should. So, this emotional bond is built on personal alignment with the organization values, goals, and culture. The next one is the continuance commitment. This is based on the perceived cost of living, an organization where employees stay because they need to. This means it is a form of organizational commitment in which employees stay with their organization because they feel they need to, rather than they want to or feel they should. This type of commitment is based on the perceived cost of leaving the organization, whether financial, social, or professional. In other words, employees with high continuance commitment remain with their organization because their leaving would involve significant personal or financial sacrifice. Now let's proceed to the last type of organizational commitment. This is the normative commitment. This is a feeling of obligation to stay with the organization where employees stay because they feel they ought to. Normative commitment is a form of organizational commitment where employees feel a sense of obligation to stay with their organization. Unlike affective commitment, which is driven by emotional attachment, or continuance commitment, which is driven by the perceived cost of living. Normative commitment stems from an internalized sense of duty or responsibility. In other words, employees with normative commitments stay because they ought to, based on moral or ethical grounds, rather than because they want or need to.
A pleasant day to each and everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Janisa M. Montanier, and this will be the continuation of our topic, Job Attitudes and Organizational Commitment. Now ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin kung bakit mahalaga or importante ang job attitudes at organizational commitments sa isang workplace. Alam nyo ba na kung masaya ka sa trabaho mo at talagang dedicated ka, hindi lang ikaw ang nakikinabang kundi pati na rin ang buong kumpanya. Kasi ganito yan, kapag positive ang job attitude mo, mas gagaan ang pakiramdam mo sa iyong trabaho. At kapag committed ka, mas magandang performance mo. So paano ito nakaka-apekto sa isang organization? Tara, alamin natin isa-isa. Una ay ang well-being. Unahin natin ang well-being. Siyempre, kapag positive ang job attitude mo, mas okay din ang mental at emotional health mo. Kapag masaya ka sa work, hindi ka madaling mapagod o ma-burn out. Mas motivated ka rin pumasok araw-araw. Hindi ka bugnutin at hindi mo madadala ang stress sa bahay. Iba kasi yung pakiramdam kapag satisfied ka sa trabaho mo kasi mas energetic ka, mas kalma, at hindi ka parang laging stressed. Kaya sobrang importante na hanapin ang mga bagay na nagpapasaya sa iyo sa work. Kung may problema ka, hanapan ito agad ng solusyon. Pangalawa ay ang performance. Pag-uusapan naman natin ang performance. Siyempre, kung masaya ka sa trabaho mo, mas ganado kang gawin ng maayos ang iyong mga task. Mas productive ka, mas mabilis mong matatapos ang iyong trabaho, at mas high quality ang iyong mga output. At dahil maganda ang performance mo, nag-improve rin ang overall success ng kumpanya. Hindi mo lang pinapadali ang trabaho mo, pero tumutulong ka rin sa pagpapalakas ng buong organization. Pangatlo ay ang retention. Ngayon, punta naman tayo sa retention. Alam niyo ba kung bakit maraming kumpanya ang nahihirapang magpatagal ng employees? Kasi maraming umaalis kapag hindi sila satisfied sa kanilang trabaho. Pero kapag mataas ang organizational commitment, mas maraming employees ang nagsistay sa kumpanya. Less turnover meaning mas konti ang mga nagre-resign. Hindi na kailang paulit-ulit mag-hire at mag-train ng bagong tao kasi mas stable ang workforce ng company. Alam nyo naman, hindi madali ang laging bagong kasama sa trabaho, di ba? Nakakapagod kaya mag-adjust sa bagong office mates palagi. Kaya kung may chance na ayusin at pagandahin ng work environment, gawin ito. At ang panghuli naman ay ang organizational citizenship behavior. Pag-uusapan naman natin ang organizational citizenship behavior. Mukhang seryoso pakinggan pero simple lang yan. Kapag positive ang job attitude mo, mas willing kang tumulong sa mga katrabaho mo. Hindi ka madamot sa kaalaman at willing kang mag-share ng mga ideas. Hindi ka lang nagtatrabaho para sa sarili mo, kundi para rin sa buong team. Kung may nangangailangan ng tulong, handa kang mag-extend ng iyong effort kahit hindi mo ito responsibility. Yung tipong hindi ka lang sumasabay sa agos pero tumutulong kang magpabuti ng trabaho ng iba. Kasi sa totoo lang, mas gumaganda ang work environment kapag lahat nagtutulungan at hindi lang puro kanya-kanya. So, ayun, job attitudes at organizational commitment ay hindi lang para sa iyo, kundi para rin sa kabuuang success ng workplace. Mas maganda ang well-being nila, mas mataas ang performance, mas konti ang nagre-resign, and mas maraming tumutulong sa isa't isa. Kaya, kung gusto nating ma-enjoy ang ating mga trabaho, panatilihin ang positive attitude at maging committed sa ginagawa natin. That's all. Thank you.
So my part in this report is the factors influencing job attitudes and organizational commitment. So in this section or in this part, this identifies several key elements affecting how employees feel about their jobs and their dedication to the company. So first here is the job characteristics. So this is the type of work itself, the degree of independence, which is the autonomy, and chances to learn new skills significantly impact employees' satisfaction and engagement. So a monotonous, micromanaged job with no growth potential will likely lead to negative attitudes, while a challenging, engaging role with opportunities for skill development fosters positive ones. So next in this part, which is the leadership. So good leadership is important, or it's crucial, because supportive and effective managers create a positive work environment and encourage commitment. And if have a poor leadership can lead to dissatisfaction and decreased commitment. So next here is the organizational culture. So a positive and inclusive workplace where employees feel valued and respected is vital for positive job attitudes. A toxic or discriminatory cultures will have a bad attitude or opposite effect of this. So next in this part is the compensation and benefits. So this fair pay and good benefits are essential for job satisfaction. So employees need to feel fairly compensated for their work, and that the company values their contributions. So next is work-life balance. So organizations that support a healthy work-life balance, allowing employees time for personal life outside of work, tend to have happier and more dedicated employees. So my next part in this topic, or in this report, is measuring and improving job attitudes and organizational commitment. So this part focuses on how companies can assess and enhance employee attitudes and commitment. So first here is measurement. So organizations typically use survey and other assessment tools to gauge or to measure employee attitudes and commitment levels. So this data provides valuable insights into areas needed improvement. So next is improvement strategies. So based on the assessment, organizations can implement various strategy, which is one of these is the job redesign. So this make making jobs more engaging and challenging can boost satisfaction. This could involve adding more responsibility, variety, or autonomy. So next is the leadership environment. So training managers in effective leadership techniques improves employee morale and commitment. To have effective leadership training focuses on communication, empathy, and creating a supportive environment. So next is positive work environment. Fostering a culture of respect, inclusion, and open communication is key to increasing organizational commitment. This involves addressing issues of discrimination, promoting teamwork, and creating channels for open feedback. So next is the growth and development opportunities. So this investing employee in training and development programs shows employees that the company values their growth and future, so leading to increase in involvement and commitment. So in conclusion, lahat ng sinabi ko kanina is highlighting the interconnectedness of job satisfaction, organizational commitment, and various workplace factors. It emphasizes the importance of proactive measurement and strategies in interventions to cultivate a positive and productive work environment. So that's all. Thank you.